When I got sick, my fiancée abandoned me. She said I was too weak, a burden. Years later, she walked into my office, heels clicking, smile polished, without realizing I was the one hiring. Back then, I believed Melissa loved me. She loved the restaurants, the vacations, the image of being with a man chasing big dreams. But when my body gave out, when my ambition collapsed under an illness I couldn't control, her affection turned cold. Before we continue, please subscribe. Your support keeps this channel alive and you get more stories like this every day. Now back to our story. Melissa had been everything I thought I wanted. Beautiful, charming, confident. She could light up any room. I worked myself to the bone to keep up with her taste for finer things. I believed her when she said she'd stand by me no matter what. But life has a way of exposing who people truly are when you're at your weakest. What started as fatigue spiraled into endless doctor visits, tests, and finally, a diagnosis that shook me to my core. My energy vanished. I lost my job. Hospital beds replaced office chairs. Melissa's visits grew shorter, her excuses longer, until even her smiles felt like obligations. One night she gave me the truth. I can't keep doing this, Daniel. I didn't sign up to be weighed down by sickness. I want a life full of experiences, not hospital walls. With those words, she walked out. No hesitation, no remorse. She abandoned me when I needed her most. The treatments nearly broke me. Some days, getting out of bed was victory enough. Pain reshaped me, hardened me. Slowly, I rebuilt myself piece by piece. Nights once filled with loneliness became nights of grinding on ideas and business plans. Betrayal lit a fire in me that no illness could extinguish. I learned coding, business strategy, and leadership. Every book, every tutorial, every sleepless night pushed me closer to something bigger. The man Melissa left behind was gone. In his place was someone sharper, stronger, and hungrier than ever. Years passed, and that fire became an empire. My company grew, one win after another, until we weren't just surviving. We were thriving. Offices, staff, influence. I wasn't the man Melissa had left behind. I had rebuilt myself into someone stronger than she could imagine. Then fate delivered her back. The receptionist buzzed me. "Your 3 o'clock is here." She walked in, polished, confident, resume clutched in hand, looking for a job she didn't know I controlled. She didn't recognize me immediately. "Nice to meet you, Mr. Hayes," she said with her rehearsed smile. I shook her hand, masking the storm behind my calm expression. She had no idea. I let her speak. She told me about rough years, companies that didn't value her, wanting loyalty and growth. Every word dripped with irony. The woman who couldn't handle a man at his lowest was now selling herself as loyal. I leaned back and asked, "How do you handle challenges, Melissa? What do you do when someone you've committed to is at their lowest?" For the first time, she faltered. I try to be supportive," she whispered. I smiled. "Interesting. Because when I was at my lowest, you walked away." Recognition hit her like a storm. "Daniel?" she whispered. I nodded. "The man you abandoned. The man you said wasn't strong enough. The man who built this company while you chased comfort." She tried excuses. "I was young, I was scared," but I cut her off. "Save it. You taught me never to depend on someone who shows up only when it's convenient." I slid her resume back across the desk. "You're not the right fit. We need people who understand loyalty. Good luck." Her confidence crumbled. She left silently, heels echoing like a funeral march. My staff had watched the whole thing through the glass walls. One whispered, "That was brutal." I just smiled. Sometimes revenge doesn't need shouting or cruelty. The sweetest revenge is standing tall in the empire you built, while the one who doubted you realizes they no longer have a place in it. Melissa will never forget the day she walked into an interview, only to find the man she abandoned was the one holding the power. I poured a final sip of coffee, watching the sunlight hit the office floor, and thought about the past. Pain had shaped me, betrayal had hardened me, and her return had proven one thing. Loyalty isn't demanded, it's earned. And I, for once, had the last word.